Welcome back here at 5:30. Even with businesses reopening now, there are still more than 700,000 Ohioans on unemployment insurance.
Tens of thousands more are still waiting on possible benefits. James Pilcher tells us about their struggles and what's being done to fix the system.
Cindy Lang of Parma, Ohio, owns a house painting business and takes care of her elderly parents. The COVID-19 shutdown closed that business and forced her to apply for unemployment insurance. Here's what she says about that process.
I would summarize my experience with the unemployment system as I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. It's cruel and torturous to ask people to wait this long for any assistance.
Lang is among thousands struggling with an overloaded system that has left many waiting for months for their benefits while they're out of work. That has advocates worried about what might happen next.
May I remind you, tomorrow the rent is due for hundreds of thousands of Ohioans who are struggling every day to try to figure out, will they be sitting on the curb with their possessions?
The state's unemployment rate is hovering at nearly 14%, putting more than 700,000 Ohioans on unemployment. Another 70,000 are still waiting to have their claims processed. And the extra $600 a week approved by Congress is set to expire on July 25th. The Ohio House this month passed a bill that would start the process of improving the system, but the Senate has yet to take it up, and the legislature is taking a recess until later in July.
We need to do a top-to-bottom review of our unemployment compensation system because, as this pandemic has shown, the systems are old and outdated and don't work very well.
In the meantime, the director of the Ohio Department of Jobs and Family Services says state workers are starting to catch up with the demand, but says she welcomes any help from lawmakers.
This pandemic has really lifted the lid on challenges that have existed within our social services and workforce development sides for a number of years.
James Pilcher, Local 12 News.
Kentucky has had its own issues with long lines and delays in processing claims. All told, there are about 30 million Americans collecting unemployment insurance nationally.